share with you. This is a active scene, as you can see. We did have a shooting that occurred around 12:20 in this afternoon. And what we have is very, very good video. So we have been able to see the situation and what happened. What we do know is that a vehicle pulled up. There were a couple of them on board, maybe at least 3 on board. They seem to have been targeting a particular person who was in a group. And so 4 people have been shot. All were transported to the hospital. We do have a confirmed homicide, but the others, from what we have right now, we have 2 that are stable. We have 1 who is in surgery. We can tell you that we have already been recovered this vehicle. We've already got the vehicle. We already have 1 person taken into custody from that vehicle. That person is arrested, but at this time is a person of interest. And so we are still have leads, and that's where we are right now. I do have our detectives, our chiefs, our captain of the district, the lieutenant, who, if you have questions, I will let them say what they feel comfortable to share right now, but we have a very good lead on this situation.
I'll allow 1 question. Anybody? GNO?
I want to start. Can you confirm if it was a male or a female that was killed? Can you confirm that?
I can't confirm that right now. We did have a men and a woman shot. We do know that. So I don't know which one was the fatality right now.
3 men, 1 female?
I can't give you all of that. I don't want to give you it and then find out I'm wrong. Okay, so I know 4 people were shot.
We'll look into it later.
Yeah.
Superintendent, we know multiple shots were fired. We're hearing that it was possibly a high-powered weapon. Can you confirm that? And then also, this taking place near a hotel. A few weeks ago, we had another situation where a person was targeted outside the hotel and died. Do you believe that this might be connected to that as well?
We always look to see if there are any connections to situations. Right now, we have no, I can't tell you in this moment in time that there is a connection, but we always look at it. So that's what I can tell you about that.
Can you confirm anything about the gun that was used? Was it a high-powered weapon?
What we can see from the video, it looks like they are handguns, but we do have quite a bit of ballistics there, and so we will be able to give you specifics later.
And Superintendent, this is the second mass shooting in a week. There's second lines coming up this weekend. What are your immediate reactions right now to this?
So what I want to share with you is I just did a radio program right before coming out here. Holiday seasons actually are seasons where we see upticks in violence. It's not just New Orleans, that's kind of a phenomenon around the country. So for us who have been in law enforcement, holidays are when indeed we see more violence. Just to give you a sense of comparison, last November we had 20 homicides in the month. With this particular homicide death that has occurred today, that brings us to 9. And so for this month. And so it's an unfortunate phenomenon. And yes, we are concerned about all of the violence. They're so close together, but the numbers are still a little bit more than 50% less than where we were last year.
Okay.
Are you all working with Troop NOLA at all on this as well?
We will work with all of our partners, and so if there are other cameras, which we know that other agencies have cameras up here, we're going to look at everything. And so it is such an unfortunate situation, especially in our entertainment area. But from what we can tell, this was targeted.
WWL.
Or DSU.
DSU, sorry.
I'm sorry, we didn't get your place. But 1 suspect of interest, 1 person of interest, just can you fill me in on the details real quick?
I couldn't hear it.
She asked, yes, we do have 1 person of interest
In custody.
In custody, right.
And you said this is a targeted incident.
This is a targeted incident.
Just 1 death.
1 dead so far.
And the advocate. I'm sorry, time to you.
Hi, Chief Gabby Pillett here. I was just curious, it's broad daylight, it's a targeted shooting. I saw tourists walking back and forth, kind of scared.
Sure. I understand. I would feel that way. I personally live in the French Quarter, and so I choose to live here. And I do not have fear about living in the French Quarter, not far from this location, so I can understand that. I don't want anyone to have fear. What I would want people to know is that this does not look random, and we could see that from just by seeing this video. So I want people to practice good personal safety. I do when I go out into the community and into the French Quarter because I live here. I personally practice personal safety skills. I'm not out there. I don't walk down the unlit streets. I stay in the lit streets. But yes, that's why it is broad daylight, but that's why it's so brazen as a targeted crime.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Superintendent, could you say, was it in front of the Montleon, or
I'm sorry?
was the shooting in front of the Montleon, or?
No, the shooting was in front of Dickie Brennan's.
Thank you.
Using 700 block of Iberville.